Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be doing another question that you will find in a GCSE maths paper, a higher paper. Um, and it's quite simple. Like I think it's a pretty easy 4 marks you can get from this question. So let's just go over it. First let's go with 1A, and it says expand and simplify y plus 2 multiplied by y plus 3. And basically, this is quite easy. You just have to open up the brackets. Now, I know two methods you can do this. One very long one, which I will use to prove that the short method works. So let's go with the short method first. But before we go on with it, the only time this short method works is if the two unknown numbers, in this case are y, are multiplied by nothing else. In terms of like 2y, like 3y, it just has to be y and y. All right, inside the brackets, right? So what do we do first is we're just going to put a y squared here to start, because a statement like this is always going to start with y squared. And then we add the two numbers over here that were the known numbers, which is plus 5. And we're just going to put a y right next to it. And then we just multiply the two numbers, which is 2 times 3 is 6. So we are plus 6. So the answer is y squared plus 5y plus 6. Now, this is quite easy, and you guys may be skeptical of how this works. So we're just going to do the long way, so you know that I'm right in the first place. All right, so we got y plus 2, y plus 3. Whoops, plus 3. All right, so we're just going to multiply y and y, which is y squared. Y times 3, which is plus y, 3y. Y times 2, which is plus 2y. And y times 3, which is plus 6. And if we collect the like terms together, you get y squared plus 5y plus 6, which is the same as what we got over here. So you can use both methods. A lot of examiners, a lot of teachers will tell you to use the method I use second, so you can show you're working out. But if you're, I guess, trying to save time in an exam, I'd probably stick to the method I showed you guys earlier. But if you want to make sure you get all the marks, and if you're not very confident about, sometimes you can make silly mistakes with multiplications and additions. So you can show the whole working out. All right. So we got the answer for this. That's an easy 2 marks right there. Right. So now we got to simplify this statement right here. 3 times x minus 2 over x squared minus 7x plus 10. In that, you can see that the numerator, which is 3x minus 2, is as simplified as it's going to get. You can't simplify that any further. So what we're going to do is we're going to simplify the bottom. Right? So we're just going to make some brackets right here. And we're going to put x at the start. All right? So now, to basically put these into brackets, what we have to do is find a number two numbers, that multiply together to make 10, but when you add them together, it has to equal to minus 7, right? That's the important thing, to find out the numbers that you put alongside these numbers right here, right? So let's just think of a few numbers that when you multiply them, you get 10. You got 1 and 10, so 1 times 10 is 10, but what you see is when you add 1 and 10 together is 11, so it can't be 1 and 10. Another one you can do is 2 and 5. But when you add this together, you get a plus 7, not a negative 7, as you can see in the statement in the question. So that must mean that when you have minus 2 times minus 5, you can get a plus 7 as well. So that means in these brackets is an x minus 2 and an x minus 7. All right? So we're going to rewrite this whole statement right here in the question. So 3x minus 2 over x minus 2, x minus 7. And as you guys can see, that there's an x minus 2 in the bottom and an x minus 2 in the top. So what we could do is we can just cancel those two out, which would mean that you would get 3 over x minus 7. And as you guys can see, we cannot simplify any further than that. So the answer must be 3 over x minus 7, and this is what you call an easy 4 marks in a paper, guys. Anyway, guys, that's it for the video. If you guys have any questions, if you don't understand everything I said in the video, you can just ask me. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and take care. Goodbye.